These are some pin blanks that I'm going to be using. Top one is going to be leopard wood. The one below it's going to be olive wood, followed by bloodwood. And the rest is resin blanks that I've made. Nice maple shavings, styrene. These are all styrene blanks. Aluminum shavings in the J. One made with BBs, plastic BBs. The rest of the blanks are just, like I said, styrene with Pearl-Ex. The first thing you want to do is put a mark on your blanks to keep grain orientation. On some of these blanks, the orientation is not important. This is just a little jig that I made to quickly cut the pin blanks to the right length. I'll usually make 5 to 10 pin blanks at a time. If you notice, this pin blank is larger than the rest, and it's because I'm going to do a variation from the standard slimline. Once the pin blanks are cut, it's time to drill. You don't need a large lathe like this to make ink pens. Just a small lathe will work, as long as it has at least 7 to 10 inches of travel. A good way to make sure your hole is going to be parallel with the blank is to just scoot the drill bit to the piece. That will ensure that your hole will be straight, but it's going to be turned, so it doesn't really matter. Some of the material can be real brittle, like this leopard wood, so you want to take your time in drilling. I'm not going to show drilling all the blanks, but I will show the end products. A good way to keep the blank cool is to use air pressure. You can use water on acrylic. Go away, chicken. Get out of here. The acrylic will gum up as you're drilling it. So you want to keep the bit clean. Don't do like I did before and use your finger. I've been doing this for many years and never had any incident with it. But it is best to use a brush. All of these blanks require a 7mm hole. This is a blank I made, I believe, from maple drilling shavings with white Pearl X. Now that all the blanks are drilled, it's time to move on to the next step, and that is gluing the tubes into the blanks. The best and fastest way to prepare the tubes to be glued, let me do it right. Is to just put the tubes on the mandrel, your pin mandrel. Take a little piece of sandpaper and sand them. Stuff up the tubes, and that allows the glue to adhere to the brass. Doesn't take much. As you can see, you have a nice scratch pattern in the tubes. I'm going to pause it and skip ahead after I've got them all sanded. We'll start gluing. Okay, all the tubes are done. Now it's time to glue. The tubes. This is just a little tool that I made and I've used for many years to glue the tubes in. It's a good idea to check and make sure the tube fits in perfectly with the blank before you put any glue on it. This might be hard for me to do like this, but I'll try and get it on camera. It doesn't take much glue at all. This glue expands. What you want is just a little bit inside of the blank you've drilled. Now that all the blanks are glued, you can see they're starting to cure and foaming out. That's just a regular Gorilla Glue. I usually use a Silene Echolade, but it's getting hard to find. And on the variational blank, what you want to do is put the tube all the way up to the end, opposite of the grain line mark. Once these blanks have cured for 24 hours, we'll start the next process, which will be facing the ends to get them squared with the tube inside.